Hangman's Eve, the guard said, above the clattering of the horses' hoofs. I never have liked this place.
Go on with you, said the driver. In 2 hours' time the mail will be on the boat from Dover to Boulogne, and we'll be toasting our toes in the snug of the Parrot and Posset.
I can't help it. On Hangman's Eve there's too many gorse bushes and oak trees for an highwayman to hide behind.
You're all tensed up, that's your trouble. You want to relax a bit before your imagination starts playing tricks on you.
What tricks?
Well, if you ain't careful you might start seeing things, the driver said. I mean, see that oak tree up ahead? The one with the thick shadow under it? Well, if I was to let my imagination run away with me, I might think that shadow looked like a man in a cocked hat and cloak, mounted on a fine stallion.
As soon as the driver had finished speaking, the shadow under the tree moved out into the moonlight in the middle of the road. It was a man in a cocked hat and cloak, mounted on a fine stallion.
"Stand and deliver!" he cried.
The driver hauled on the reins and the coach came to a halt. Now that they were closer, the driver and the guard could see that the highwayman was wearing a black mask that covered the top half of his face.
"Who the devil are you?" called out the guard. "They call me Captain Midnight," the highwayman replied. "This is my trusty steed, Brown Brian, and these are my trusty dueling pistols. One is aimed straight at your heart, and the other is aimed straight at yours, driver. One false move, and I'll fill you full of lead."
"What do you want?" asked the guard.
"What do I want? I want to rob the coach, of course. What did you think I wanted? A cosy chit-chat?"
"I'm sorry, but the answer's no," said the guard. "This is a Royal Mail coach, and in Royal Mail regulations it says it's my job to guard it with my blunderbuss. What right have you got to stop this coach and steal anything that takes your fancy?"
"Watch this,"
said Captain Midnight. Without even turning his head to look, he pointed his left pistol over his right shoulder and fired it behind him. The bullet hit a milestone at the side of the road and bounced off it. Pyong! Onto the rim of one of the coach's wheels, bounced off that, pyong! And knocked the blunderbuss out of the guard's hands before cutting through the reins. "Fair enough," said the guard. "Anything in particular you had your eye on?"